Yo, stop what you're doing because we've got absolute breaking NFL news that is going to send shockwaves through the entire league. You saw the thumbnail, you read the title, but yes, it's true, Najee Harris is officially headed to Dallas. I'm not talking about rumors. I'm not talking about speculation. This is a done deal. Najee Harris, the former Alabama powerhouse, the first-round pick of the Pittsburgh Steelers, the bruising back who turned heads in his rookie season, is now officially a member of the Dallas Cowboys. Let that sink in. Najee and that iconic star. It's real. It's happening. And we're breaking it all down right here, right now on this channel, so make sure you absolutely crush that like button if you're hyped and smash subscribe because we are diving deep into this move from every angle: impact, money, fit, risks, upside, legacy, you name it, we're covering it. Now, if you're a Cowboys fan, this is one of those moments you're going to remember for a long, long time. Why? Because this signing signals one major thing: the Cowboys aren't rebuilding, they're reloading. Jerry Jones isn't playing. He wants to win. Najee Harris represents a change in tone, a shift in power, and a reignition of that classic, hard-hitting, ground-and-pound style that made Dallas a football dynasty in years past. Najee's game is tailor-made for the NFC East grind. It's about toughness, physicality, clock control, and red zone efficiency, and let's be honest, that's exactly what the Cowboys have been lacking since Ezekiel Elliott's prime years faded out. Let's rewind for a second and look at how we even got here. Najee Harris came into the league back in 2021 with huge expectations after dominating at Alabama under Nick Saban. He was a key figure in those Crimson Tide national championship runs. He's big, he's strong, he's got great balance, and what made him special is his versatility. He wasn't just a power back, he could catch out of the backfield, he could block, and he was durable as hell. In his rookie season with the Steelers, Najee exploded for over 1,200 rushing yards, 7 touchdowns, plus over 70 receptions. That's not just good, it's elite. He looked like a complete 3-down back you could build an offense around. In 2022, he followed up with another 1,000-yard season. Was the efficiency slightly down? Sure. But that was largely due to offensive line problems and inconsistent QB play in Pittsburgh. The man was still producing and doing it behind one of the weakest O-lines in the league. Fast forward to 2023, and this is where things got tricky. Najee suffered a devastating Achilles injury that ended his season. Now, Achilles injuries used to be career killers, but not anymore. We've seen athletes bounce back faster and stronger with modern sports medicine, so it was just a matter of time before Najee found a new home. There were whispers: would he re-sign with the Steelers? Would someone else take the chance? Well, that question is answered. The Dallas Cowboys did. And they did it smartly. Let's talk numbers for a second. The deal, as reported, is for 2 years, roughly $10 million, with $5 million guaranteed and incentives that could push it higher. This is the definition of a low-risk, high-reward signing. You're not locking up cap space, you're not committing to 5 years of uncertainty, you're taking a chance on a guy who, if healthy, could return to being a top 10 back in this league. And Dallas needs that desperately. Last season, the Cowboys' running back room was a mess. Let's be real, Tony Pollard, who was supposed to break out after Zeke's departure, just didn't bring the thunder. He's quick, sure, but he doesn't have that between the tackles toughness or ability to wear down a defense over 4 quarters. Behind him, Rico Dowdle showed flashes, and they drafted Tank Bigsby as a potential complement, but nothing solidified. Enter Najee Harris, and suddenly you have clarity. You have that big, physical, downhill runner who can take 20 carries a game, absorb contact, keep his legs moving, and give this offense the balance it's been missing. Let's talk fit. Mike McCarthy, love him or hate him, wants to control the pace of games. He doesn't want shootouts every week. He wants to run the football, control the clock, and let his defense led by Micah Parsons and Trayvon Diggs do the heavy lifting. Najee helps you do exactly that. When it's 3 RD and 2, he can convert. When you're up 4 in the fourth and need to kill 6 minutes of clock, he's your guy. This isn't just a signing, it's an identity shift. It's a message to the rest of the NFC: we're going to beat you up at the line of scrimmage, wear you down, and win ugly if we have to. And look, Dak Prescott benefits from this in a huge way. Dak has always played his best football when there's a strong run game to support him. When he can use play action, when defenses have to respect the run, that's when he makes those big-time throws to CeeDee Lamb and Brandon Cooks. Najee brings that threat back. Let's also not forget about the locker room impact. Najee Harris is a leader. He's mature, smart, driven. He doesn't bring drama. He brings professionalism. And after last season's late-season collapse, this team needs more guys like that, veterans who hold people accountable. Now, I know what you're thinking: what about the Achilles injury? Isn't that a huge risk? Absolutely, it's a concern. But we've seen players like Cam Akers and Dante Foreman come back and contribute after that same injury. Najee has had a full year to recover, and all reports suggest he's looking strong in workouts. If he gets through training camp healthy, don't be surprised if he starts week 1. Even if he starts slow, this is a 2-year plan. Dallas doesn't need him to be a superhero in September, they need him to peak in December and January. This signing is all about the postseason. The Cowboys have made it to the playoffs in recent years, but they haven't been able to take that next step. What's the one thing those great playoff teams have in common? A strong run game. Look at the Eagles with Miles Sanders, the 49ers with McCaffrey, the Chiefs when Pacheco got hot. You need that in January. Najee could be that guy. He could be your hammer when the weather gets cold and defenses tighten up. Now let's talk fan reaction, because the internet is blowing up right now. Cowboys Twitter is on fire. Some fans are thrilled, calling it the steal of the offseason. Others are cautiously optimistic, saying if he's healthy, it's a win. And some Steelers fans are honestly heartbroken. They loved Najee. He ran hard every week, played through injuries, never complained. That tells you something. Even in Pittsburgh, where expectations are sky high and legends are everywhere, Najee earned respect. That matters. And for the Cowboys, who are trying to build a team not just with talent but with character, this is a big win. I've even seen a few fans joking, "Zeke who?" It's funny, but also kind of true. Najee gives you that same punishing style Zeke brought in his early years, with even more receiving upside. And now imagine this: you've got Najee in the backfield, CeeDee Lamb commanding double coverage, Jake Ferguson developing into a solid tight end, and Brandon Cooks stretching the field. That opens up the offense in ways we haven't seen in Dallas in years. But let me be clear, this doesn't automatically make the Cowboys Super Bowl favorites. There are still questions. Will Najee hold up physically? How will he split carries with Bigsby and Dowdle? Will the offensive line, now slightly reshuffled, hold up and create holes? But what it does do is raise your ceiling. It gives you another weapon, another identity. And in a league where depth and flexibility matter more than ever, this could be the move that keeps Dallas in the mix when injuries and adversity hit mid-season. I also think this deal shows how smart the Cowboys front office has become.